Azul, everyone. Welcome to the new, as of yet unnamed podcast about the Talossan Cycling Association Tour. I'm Glüc and with me is Luc
The Schir.
Schir.
Schir, yes, of course. I've managed to mispronounce my surname, as it happens to me about 50% of the time.
Maybe I mispronounced it, I don't know.
No, no,
I
no.
don't
You
really.
you did it correctly. I messed it
Okay.
up. It's
I'm
fine.
assuming you would have a different pronunciation of the U sound in our names, but
Uh, I've always just said Luke and Glück. I
yeah.
didn't force the umlaut, but
Yeah, for me it's more natural, probably.
it's not like we have habitual discussions where we spell out our names. So
Okay. But we already got pretty distracted from
it's
our
fine. It's fine.
list.
It's just padding.
Yeah.
It's just coming to the inevitable discussion about how to name the podcast later.
Yeah, that was really what I was going to go into soon. But first, we are going to do this podcast a couple of times about TCAT, our own fantasy cycling event. Will be the first installment before the action actually happens. And yeah, we should probably think of a name for this because I have no idea.
Oh, me neither. Maybe we
Oh,
should actually take advantage of the time we are recording the podcast to come up with one, and then we'll do a check later if we have any ideas. But
I thought you were going to think of something in advance.
yes, I ended up playing video games with people, so I
Oh,
didn't.
oh, that's disappointing.
Yes,
But I hope
I know.
you enjoyed.
I hear that sentence frequently, but
Oh no. Well, of course, the real reason we are doing this, I'm trying to stick to our document, is because we are getting paid loads of money from the new Talk to Each Other in Talossan scheme run by the Prime Minister.
oh yeah, I don't even know how much $6 is worth in euros. So
Uh, Me neither. I think it should be like €5, maybe.
yeah, what can you buy for €5? Uh, are we supposed to only buy drinks with that money? Because I think that was the premise, if I'm not
Oh shit, I don't
wrong.
really have a drink at the moment
So
even.
so so what €5 drink would you buy?
I really don't know. I just drink tea all the time.
So, and how much tea can you buy with? Is it fancy
Probably a
tea?
lot.
Is it like chai?
No, just like breakfast tea. Like pretty standard. So yeah, probably a lot. But I think if we record it, we get double, right?
Do we?
I think that was the point. You get like $6 just for talking to each other, which we already do on WhatsApp, and then it gets doubled if you record it, and
Oh,
so you can prove it. Or I think that was the premise. I don't really have the thread in front of me right now.
well, enjoy your lifetime supply of breakfast tea.
Yes, I will. Except I should probably mention I'm not actually going to claim any money for this.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
fair
a
enough.
nice it's a nice initiative for the people who.
Yeah, I like the thing about just donating it to Talossan or wait, is it called Talossan? Is it like a major blunder of mine to have misnamed the?
No, I think that's right. Or it's Talos 8, maybe. Like smashed together.
I'm checking. It should be Talossan, right? Because I'm really bad at visiting Wittenberg and sometimes I have just tunnel vision for stuff. I'll just ignore entire sections of Wittenberg
Yeah,
and
same.
randomly forget about the BH aid.
Oh,
BH aid. It's
what is
the
the
bureau.
BH for?
It's a bureau of
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is it of aid and development? I don't know. I'm trying to reverse the acronym. I'm so bad at this. I'm so glad I'm not in politics anymore because this
yeah.
would be major politician doesn't know. I'm technically the speaker of the house. Okay, never mind. But it's not a partisan position. So Okay, let's move on. We've established that like we will give like 20 euros or whatever it is in into charity. That's it.
Well, Breneir will, if I pronounced that correctly. I probably didn't.
I think it's Breneir in
Breneir. Yeah, that makes
Breneir. Yeah,
sense.
probably.
If it's still a thing, maybe this the whole scheme has been cancelled.
I I couldn't tell you. Okay, I think we should move on to our main subject now.
Yes, I should. Well, sorry, we should.
We.
Can we edit that out? Uh,
Sorry?
the I said, can we edit that out?
No, and I will add a Soviet anthem music drop at the
Yeah.
at the point where you correct yourself to say we.
Okay. Probably best if I explain the rules of the competition. Basically, there are three major cycling events throughout the year. There's a lot more, but three that are really big: the Grand Tours of Italy, France, and Spain, called the Giro Tour and Vuelta, respectively. And this is like a fantasy, or no, it's not fantasy. Of course, there will be real Talossan riders, really representing Talossan teams, doing coincidentally exactly the same course as the major Grand Tours, and coincidentally having the same names as the actual participants, and scoring the same amount of stages, winning the same amount of stages.
Of course.
And participating is or submitting a team is very easy. It basically is just a couple minutes work, unless you don't want to do a lot of research. We use a site called Velo Games. You can submit a team there. I will post instructions when it opens, which sadly is probably only a couple days before the actual deadline, because they do a lot of other events and they just prepare for the next event a couple days in advance. You select a team of 9 riders, uh, which are classified in a couple categories: all rounders, climbers, sprinters, and unclassified, which is basically everyone who's not very good at climbing or sprinting, and Mathieu van der Poel. Uh, you select 9 riders, you have 100 credits. Each rider is as a cost based on how many points they are expected to get, roughly, by the people who run the site, but they are like they know more about cycling than any of us do. So it's fair enough. And yeah, last year we had 7 teams participating, representing I think 5 provinces. Maybe we can do better this year. I already think we are getting a team from Vuode, so that's
Yep.
nice.
Which last year was like unrepresented. I think Ataturk is still unrepresented, maybe,
Yes.
unless I'm forgetting someone.
Yeah, so last year we had 3 from Benito,
Yeah.
1 from Maritimi, Maritimi Majestic.
Good enough. Good enough. Yes.
Of course, the legendary Banque de Décembre. And we had
Yeah.
the Kinetic Racing from Fiova. And this year we're getting at least a team from. Oh, and I'm forgetting, of course, the Florencia
Yeah.
VELOCIRAPTORs. So,
Velocipos.
oh yeah,
Breneir's team. That's
yeah,
one.
Velociposse, that was it. It wasn't actually named after a dinosaur. That makes sense.
Velociraptor. Maybe, maybe he'll change the name for this year just as a nod to the podcast.
Yeah, so I should probably think of a new name for my team as well, other than the BDC part that stays. I don't really know what else to
I'm
add.
not changing my name.
Yeah,
You're still on a hiatus, and I will still support that hiatus. I will support you in your hiatus.
which is just from
Hopefully,
politics. So why
hope,
would the
hope
cycling team support? But okay, it's fair enough.
No, to be fair, when I created the team, you didn't specify you were taking a break from politics.
Yeah,
your
that I
status
just
was taking a
specified
break
that
from
later.
Talossan in general. Yes. So
Yeah, but then I did TCAT and all the TMT stuff, so then I wasn't really taking a break from all solos anymore, just the parts I still enjoy.
yes. So I this was just inverse psychology on my part.
Yes, very good.
And so this year we'll have kinetic again. I'm seeing we'll have of course your team and my team, which makes 3, and then TCAT Lenger will, as announced, he will enter a new team.
Yes,
Alexandru Davinescu will enter a new team. Sorry,
also,
will enter his team again.
yeah, the winners. That's
Yeah,
fortunate.
the gagners. So that
Also,
makes 5, 6, 5.
I think that's 5. But
1,
maybe we'll get
2,
more.
3.
I
Yes,
still
5.
hope that maybe Jason finds the time to just quickly submit a team, because it would be a real shame if like the first winner and maybe the only majorly represented cultural group of Talossan
Yeah.
would not be participating in this one. But I understand if there's
I mean,
personal stuff that obviously is always more important than Talossan. But
I mean, Jason already was the only one to pick Magnus Kort and Jason. No, Jonas
Vingegaard,
Vingegaard. Vingegaard,
yeah,
yes.
the
Jason,
only one who picked
Jonas.
Vingegaard, so
Yeah.
that was probably
So
correct.
major cycling mind that we would be like sorely missing if he didn't take part.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, and
I
hopefully we'll have like many more signups due to this podcast maybe, and due to a bit of advertisement on more
Yeah,
visible places, because like it literally takes 5 minutes to enter a team. Like you don't really need to do major research, like unless you actually wanted to like dig deep and do research about the riders. But like it's literally all a matter of picking riders for the different categories, plus one wildcard, which you can like decide to pick however you want from any category of the 4 we have mentioned before. You just have 100 points budget, and you can spend that however you want. You can also choose not to spend all of your points. It's happened before with quite
yeah.
good results, I might add.
Well, very different results.
Yes.
So Giovanni won without paying using all 100 points, which was really impressive.
hmm
Uh, Valkyrie's less successful.
Yes, I mean it's an experiment. Like not all
you
experiments have good results, but
you have to be really
that's the point.
confident to use less than 100 points.
Yes, but if you do that, you get like bragging rights. Also, if you are the only one to like pick Jonas Vingegaard.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure that will happen again. Although maybe, who knows? Oh, one
So
thing I wanted to mention still, which I
yes.
didn't put in the script, is when we got to Alexander's team, he made this really cool logo for the.
Oh yes,
I was wondering, is it
yes.
if he made it or did he use like AI for that? But yeah,
I have no idea, but it
it
looks
looked
really
very
cool.
nice.
Yes.
I want more of it. I really want like a version of that for every separate edition. So one for the Italy part, one for the France part, and one
Yeah,
for the Spain part.
just give it a pink, yellow, and like red filter,
Yeah, yeah,
and you're
exactly.
done.
Something like that would be very nice. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
it
if
can probably be done. Yes.
Baron AD is listening, but yeah.
So, what's the next point in the agenda? Discussing expectation for our own teams, I guess.
Yeah, well, I already are just taking it way too seriously, probably. Already, like last year, I just made a lot of nostalgia picks and Dutch picks, and yeah, I'm not sure how much of that I will do again this year. So yeah, well, one thing we didn't discuss yet, but I once had the idea that maybe we shouldn't really just pick teams, but we should have additional rules, basically, just so teams would
Mhm.
always have to or be more inclined to pick riders they already picked in previous editions. So it makes more sense, like as a team, that it. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably not a good idea,
Yeah. I mean,
even if I wish that would happen.
yeah. I don't know. Like personally, I will probably, and I probably told you this before, but I will probably use the riders I've already picked as like a backbone or like a safe baseline for a team, and then maybe upgrade from that. Because like, of course, not everyone is going to be running in Giro. Of the people I've picked before, some people I have deliberately already said I was not going to pick again.
Yeah,
So
Roglic.
someone else will pick Roglic. He's not going to be like too upset about being dropped from Gordon Hayeto's support team.
Yeah,
Also, I see that like Alpecin the Sunik has not like is like Van der Poel even going to
no,
do Giro?
no, I don't think. I think
Oh,
he's just going to do the tour and a lot of classics probably. I think he's maybe had a bit enough of the Grand Tours after last year and just playing to his
yeah, okay,
strengths, which is
fair enough.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but I don't know. This like looked like it could be like from the winter. It looked like it could be the year where it all leveled out a bit more, like with like Van Aert not doing as well as he was expected to, and like Van der Poel being competitive again, and like Pogacar doing well again as well.
Yeah, but
I don't
at the
know.
same time, last year Van der Poel also won Flanders and was also like tipped as a potential stage winner in the tour, and then they did none of that.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure he won a stage at Giro. Maybe he did.
I don't
Let's
think he
see.
won any stages last year.
Oh yeah, he only won the
Oh,
first stage. He
that
won the
was
first
last
stage
year.
at
Oh
Giro,
yeah,
yes. Which oddly enough was not a time trial. The time trial was the second stage for some weird reason. I mean that still means he wore the pink jersey for like 3 stages.
yeah. So
So no Van der Poel.
not in the I don't think so, but also no Philipsen. So I don't really know what Alpecin is going to do. Let me check. Groves is there.
Yeah,
Don't really know who that is, but he did well in last year's Vuelta,
he
I
did well
think.
in Vuelta. Yeah,
Pretty sure Giovanni had him on their team.
I don't know. Even then, I don't really think that like Caden Groves is a potential stage winner.
I don't really understand why they don't put Philipsen in one and Van der Poel in another. Why do they have to
I
both
have
do
no
the
idea.
tour? Well, yeah, probably they work well together, but as a result, we probably have going to be another year like Vuelta where the sprint field is just not very strong, and then a tour where the sprint field is really strong.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe there will be like some random Italian minor sprinters which I don't even know about. Cause like I should probably have researched this a bit better. But like I'm sure that is going to be like some nobody that just
I
comes
have
up
no idea who
and
the
like
sprinters even are going to be for the Giro. So looking at the list, Groves, I'm
yeah,
assuming,
literally
and then yep,
Pedersen
Pedersen. Who
and
else? I
who
have no.
else?
There's a lot of people I have never heard of before, but that's is Gaviria a sprinter? I think he is.
Uh, I
Matthews
couldn't
is
tell you.
there. Yeah, that's.
Like, does Jumbo Visma has one single sprinter apart for Roglic in some way? And he's not a sprinter. Like, I mean Cavendish, I guess
Oh,
there
yeah.
is who is a
Sorry.
sprinter. We were forgetting someone. I mean, unless like Cavendish like breaks down like out of old age
Yeah,
in like week one.
Cavendish is not the Cavendish of past years. I'm guessing.
I think he still won a stage last year
Oh,
somewhere.
really?
I should be checking this, but he won a stage at Giro.
I didn't really follow his.
I'm sure he won a stage, but was it? Yes, he won the third stage at
Oh,
Giro
really?
last
I
year.
completely missed that. But I
So
don't follow
Mark
Giro
Cavendish,
normally.
stage winner at 36 years
So
of age.
impressive.
I mean, it's Giro, so it's not
So,
it's not saying much.
well, yeah, it's still something. 34 stages in a tour in his lifetime. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and like some years he must have done like a quarter of that number, like
Yeah,
alone.
I'm pretty sure there was 1 year where he just won every flat stage.
I have literally no expectation, by the way. Like I didn't expect to win Vuelta or like TCAT 2, TCAT 1, episode 2, whatever you want to call it. Um, but like I did go in doing some amount of research, and I still didn't pick some riders like Enric Mas, who I thought, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to regret not picking him, and then I did end
you
up regretting not picking him. So
Yeah, but that's the thing. We can do all sorts of research, but in the end, we don't really know better than the points,
yeah, yeah,
which is good because that means even if you do research, someone else could do just equally well just
yeah.
doing
That's
something,
that's correct.
and that's good for the audience we have.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, in Ticket One, no one no one picked Vingegaard except for Jason, and he won. And
Exactly.
it's not really something you could have predicted with points because he wasn't the highest the rider who was worth the most points. I think it was like Pogacar was worth like
Yeah, Pogacar
26
was the
points or something
most.
like that.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
won on the cheap.
So yeah, no. Basically, the baseline is
Congratulations.
no one knows any better than than anyone else. So just join and play, and you will have fun. Because like people did
Exactly.
have a lot of fun last year. People got invested. Like even people who were like at
Yeah.
their first approach to like professional cycling. Like you don't really need to know anything
Oh, yeah.
particular. You don't the really nice thing is like
Exactly.
that it's not like with like TFL. You don't need to know what a fumble is or like what a safety is. I still don't know what a safety is, by the way, or
Yeah,
what role is a
I've
tight end.
still not a clue about the rules of American football. Have no idea, and I still participated there. And
You don't need to follow. You can just take the 5 minutes it takes to assemble your team and then just sit pretty and like enjoy our posting on the thread whenever it comes up, and maybe other episodes of this unnamed podcast.
of course, if you do win, then obviously it is exactly your achievement, and then you've done great. You've exactly assembled the right team. You know everything about cycling. Your lads are heroes. Whatever. Then it's not random at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Of the 3 teams that did the tour last year, you won that one.
The
Oh no, you
Vuelta,
won
yes.
the Vuelta. Jason won the tour, and Audrada got the best overall season result.
And you had the most fun,
And
so everyone won.
I I was also there.
Literally all about having fun. Like even I'm sure that even when Glüc was like super mad that his own riders were like doing poorly and like not scoring anything, and and other riders he had in common with other teams were doing well, so no net gain for him. I think even venting in my DMs, he was still having fun. So
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so
sure.
everyone is a winner if you take part. So I think, yes, I think it's about the point where I should introduce Giro. So
Yes.
yes, Giro is just this. Giro d'Italia should be the full name. This is the 106th edition. It's a little younger than Tour. It's a grand tour, so all of them are basically structured the same. It's like 3 weeks of competition. You cycle every day except for like 2 rest days, which are the second and third Mondays. Giro will start on Saturday, 6th, yes, the 6th of May, and it will end after 3 weeks. It will be the 28th, I think, of May. It will start in Ortona, I think. Yeah,
I'm
Ortona
I'm
in
not really
Abruzzo.
sure. It wasn't really clear. Because it says Ortona, but the first stage says it starts at Fossa Cesia. My
Fossa
Italian is
Cesia,
not.
Marina. Yes, it's just a time trial, so it's basically yes. Ortona, which is like in central Italy.
It,
Uh,
it's the
yeah,
bigger city probably.
it looks like it's
That's what they
starting at
said. Yeah.
some
Okay.
sort of place by the sea, some sort of village by the sea, and then but it's just a time trial. So yeah, so these kind of tours usually start with a time trial, and this is no exception. So yes, the first part is basically around central and slightly southern Italy, not much because they're not doing anything in like Calabria or Sicily, but yeah, doing something around Naples. They're going up towards Romagna for stage 9, and then there is the rest day. Then uh, the competition like really heats up because there is like some of the more challenging mountains coming up later. Actually, there is a very nice stage on the Apennines' biggest mountain, which is Gran Sasso, which is stage 7, which is probably going to be a nice mountain stage early on. Because like usually all of the really challenging and nice to watch stages are all at the end at the in week 3. Uh, there are like the stages on the
Yeah.
Alps. So probably the most interesting part will be like the last week. Yeah, even the Friday before there is going to be the stage that ends in Switzerland, which is probably going to be really nice for like spectacle and like I don't really know if this is the highest peak. It should be, yes. So every year at Giro they called Cima Coppi. The Coppi Peak is a um, famous rider from like the 50s, I think. The highest summit of like Giro. So yeah, in this edition it's going to be in stage 13, I think.
So it's like
Yep,
Saint
the Saint
Bernard.
Bernard. Yes, they're going up to the 2,500 meters. I don't know how many feet is that is, but and yes, they are ending in Switzerland in Cramontana, which is that's probably going to be a really nice stage. If you're trying to watch a stage, you should probably uh, watch, yes. 13 is probably going to be really nice, and then later on,
Because it's on a Friday. So
and it's on a Friday, yes. And then later on, yes, like on Sunday, the 21st, there's going to be another nice stage, Seregno Bergamo, more mountains. Like this is where like the the Giro will be won and lost, basically.
in the last week, surely.
Yeah, in the last week, like the penultimate Sunday, there is going to be this one, and then immediately after, five out of 5 stars, another stage, yes, with like 2 first category climbs, like and the finish is on a first category climb, like the Sabbio Chiese Monte Bondone, which is stage 16, and then stage 18 and 19, another 2 stages that will be like really important for like determining the winner, because like more first category climbs, and then two this is stage 18, yes, it has 2 second category climb like really close to the finish, with a second category climb finish.
And this is also the stage where you will be doing the first category climb for
who
live reporting.
who
Yes.
knows, who knows. And then the next day, as this wasn't enough, we have two first category climbs at Passo Valparola and Passo Jau, and then a first category climb finish at Cime di Lavaredo, plus two more second category climbs. So basically, uh, and they still have to do the 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 time trial at Monte Lussari the next day. So yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
yeah,
I just hope I hope it hasn't been decided by then. Well, I hope that the winner at that point is also the one who's then in the lead, because otherwise you win only on the time trial. But it should still be close, so
Yeah,
because the last time trial is really going to be spectacular, I think.
yeah, yeah.
I like the climbing time trials.
Yeah, and like Giro usually has a nice tradition of like climbing time trials, because there was one at like Kronplatz, which was like really popular, and they did that for a couple of years. There was one at Nevegal near Belluno, which they also did a couple of times. But like they're not nearly as common as they should be. The perfect strat for like time trial should be like to have the first day the team time trial for the sake of it, the climbing time trial in the middle, and then an ITT to like end it all, which would like be way better than like this stupid Champs Elysees like fake stage they have at Tour, or the one they are doing this year at Giro, because of course they have to copy the French and like do
Yeah,
a
yeah,
stupid stage in Rome. Like they wanted, like they floated a super nice finish in Trieste, because like it makes sense, right? You are in Friuli already. You're doing the climbing ITT at Lussari. You should just go down the coast and like end in Trieste, and like perfect like scenario. No, they are flying back to Rome because climate
yeah.
change.
I think Vuelta and Giro shouldn't do that, but at the same time, I do like Champs Elysees. It has certain tradition and charm, even if it makes no sense for the race
Yeah,
itself.
fair enough.
And for the sprint points is still.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I mean, when is it not going to be already decided? I mean,
well, for the green jersey, you don't know.
wait,
Or what
did
color does?
Vuelta also have this last year? Because I'm pretty sure I couldn't catch the last stage last year,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
was pretty sure it was like super late in the afternoon, and like
yeah. A very short stage, I think,
yeah,
and in Madrid and sprint, and yeah.
we should just agree to like never use a capital city of a nation for a stage. That's it.
No, but I think they should end in Paris usually, because it's nice. I think, even if it makes no sense, I think it's still a nice ending to the whole thing.
Mm,
Because the sprinter is usually quite interesting compared to the average mass sprint, and you always have these people just going for it, even though they know they have no chance, just trying to do a couple laps in front.
yeah, fair enough.
I enjoy the spectacle, even if it makes no sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure Giro had tradition of like finishing in Milan because of like Gazzetta, and like the fact that they are based in Milan and they are the newspaper, the sporting newspaper that created Giro, and like through whoever owns them now is still the one that operates it. But like that's not a thing anymore, and like or either it's not, or like it's not as frequent as it once was. And like I perfectly remember when like they, it must have been in 2011, I guess, because the anniversary of like the unity was like that year, and they moved the finish to Rome, and it was an ITT, and it was the year that Denis Menchov won, I think, and I'm pretty sure he actually fell because like he had a lead and he like fell because it was like super damp that day, and they had this ITT configured in such a way that it used a lot of cobbler roads, so it was like death. But he still won the Giro. I don't remember if it was like Danilo De Luca or Ivan Basso who like was the runner up. One of the two. I don't remember who.
I'm looking through like old 2000s Giro finishes now, and it's indeed mostly Milan, Turin, Verona, Trieste. It ended in Trieste once at least, 2014.
Oh. I literally
So
thought it
yeah,
was
Rome is
2011,
not
but it
standard.
wasn't.
Sorry?
This recollection I had, it was not in 2011. Oh, it was 2009, and it was Danilo Di Luca, yes.
Oh yeah, that one
Oh no,
happened
it
in Rome.
wasn't the. It was the 100 years of like Giro, not 150 years of Italy. It was 2 years before. Anyway, it was still the same thing. That year they finished in Rome, yes, and I remember that stage very well.
If you want real horror, they should probably end in Venice and then like end on the bridge to the bus park place. Just end there.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be like just nearly scenographic enough. Like, oh yes, let's
So you wouldn't see anything of Venice,
yes,
but it would just be chaos.
let's like end it. Well, I guess they have. Okay, the biggest problem would be the tramway, because there is a tramway on that bridge.
You
So
can cover that, no?
I guess you can.
They did. They did cover for the Vuelta, for the prologue in Utrecht. They just covered tram tracks with like plates, metal plates.
Yeah, I guess Venetians are happy enough with their marathon, like ending in in Piazza San Marco, doing the that seems a little bit more feasible than like cycling. You can probably do that. We can probably do an ITT around Venice in some way.
If it hasn't sunk by then.
Oh, you can do it at
But
Lido.
surely that's not possible, right? Because the streets are so narrow.
Maybe you can do it at Lido. It technically is still Venice.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, if you did it in Mestre, then it will be super grim, because Mestre is like all fucking gray and like with like
Wait, but they
the
did that.
chemical
They did
plant.
the time trial in Lido in the same year that the Roma finished, 2009.
They stole my idea then.
They stole your ID from 2023 in
Yes,
2009.
yes.
Okay, very good.
Like, have you seen Dark? So it's possible.
Please don't mention that ever again. I don't want to live in that universe. Well, they didn't either,
Oh, that's good point.
and they managed to get out. So,
So
well, spoilers.
spoiler. I bleep that in the
There,
recording.
there's
So
it's not really a spoiler because it doesn't really say anything about the actual ending of the thing.
oh yeah, and
So
like
yeah,
even if you watch it, you won't understand anything that goes on. So it's a pretty
exactly.
harmless spoiler. So I think you already said what's the stage you look forward to the most, I guess. Or at least you heavily hinted it. So
Yeah, we can skip that part.
and for me it has to be like either 18 or 19, I guess.
18 because you will be there
Oh yeah.
on the first mountain point. Hey, when the Vuelta came, I went all the way to Berg, so I expect you to
a
do the same
mighty a
thing.
mighty 69 nice meters of like climbing. I mean,
Of leisurely
I can,
walking.
yeah. Actually, if I were a little bit more trained, I think I could do 1,000, like by foot, though, not with a bike.
Well, yeah, you have to start early, but
Yeah, I'll take my time. So I think next is the game you wanted to play.
yes, the prediction game. I already made my own predictions. We're just going to a couple of riders and saying how many points are they going to get from the almighty oracles at Velo Games. So first, how many points would you give to Roglic or Roglic? I don't know. People usually say Roglic here, and suddenly all the presenters started saying Roglic. I don't know if that's
I
because he actually is called Roglic or because
I don't hear
there
a
was such a
difference.
trend.
I literally didn't hear a
O
difference.
or O?
I say Roglic.
Yeah, I used to
Primož
say Roglic,
Roglic.
but everyone now says Roglic in the Dutch TV. I don't know why.
Who
I don't know
cares?
why that happened.
We are not that pedantic. So the answer is obviously going to be too many.
Yes, but people should buy Roglic because we are not doing it, and we shouldn't have all the same teams. I'm basically going to copy your team this year, by the way.
But you don't know what my team is going to be, so
Yeah, but I still predict we have going to be a lot of overlap.
we'll see. Like for example, like when Germay fell down during like what is it, Flanders or whatever. You
I
didn't
never heard of him before.
know who he was, but I would have picked him. I don't know if he's going to like do Giro, but for example, I'm not going to pitch any Dutch riders, and you're going to pick like 4.
So you're not going to pick any Dutch riders?
I don't think so. Like
Sad. But I might not either this year.
I don't know. Van der Poel is not doing Giro, so I don't even have like that kind of doubt about picking him or not. I'm not going to pick Arensman, like because in Ineos, like
Obviously, because I have eternal dips on Arendsman.
yeah, of course, but like trying to pick any. Should I not be giving away like my reasoning for my team? Okay, fair enough. Too much information already. Okay. So the answer for me, by the way, is 22 points, Roglic.
Right, I got 24. Because I think the consensus is still that it's about 50-50, which is also revealing how many points I'm giving the other one.
By the way, I still have your screenshot of your notification telling me that Roglic had abandoned Vuelta.
You have a screenshot of that?
Yes, I have a screenshot. I will show it.
Okay.
So, I mean, fair
Holy
enough. Okay, it
macaroni.
could be 22, or it's not. It's not going to be any more than that. I don't think. Like he's not. He's not Pogacar. Like if I could have.
Yeah, but this is not the tour, right?
Yeah, of course, but like
He is
no,
not
no.
Pogacar, but
I'm
Pogacar isn't there.
yes, but
And
I'm thinking about the rationale for like giving Pogacar 26 points at Tour last year, and it was like obvious because no one saw Vingegaard coming. Van Aert was not going to challenge for the overall win, for example, and like,
Roglic got like 30 then, didn't he?
did he?
I think Roglic got more points than. Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't
But he
be
still got.
surprised.
But he was still there, like as a. He was considered a serious contender anyway.
Yeah, serious contender, but like Pogacar was like the number one contender. I don't think there is a number one contender this year. Like if you paid 26 points for any rider this year, it would be like too much. Like there isn't like anyone
On
unless Van Aert from like last year was in Giro. No one could like get 26 points from Velo Games. I don't think so.
on that note, Evenepoel.
Ah, my beloved. Uh, oh, 24? 24,
Yeah, I
yes.
probably already revealed. I also got 24. Still think. I mean, Roglic won something, didn't he? Like, what was it? Basque or
Last year?
no? This year. Like,
Oh, you know more about the. I
I
only
don't
followed
know.
the last ones.
There was a serious competition this year with featuring Roglic and Evenepoel, and Roglic won barely, but he won.
Yeah, but this is a Grand Tour, and Roglic is going to choke again. So next question.
Okay, next one, Pedersen.
Ah, he had 12 at Vuelta.
Yeah,
He's not going to have 12 again. Um, Also because he's going to be okay. I shouldn't say this. Forget it. 14.
same. I also had 14.
Because don't pay 16 points for a sprinter.
Yeah,
Just don't do it.
unless it's Van Aert, then
Okay,
pay 20
unless it.
points, whatever.
Yes. But he's not going to be worth just 16 points.
Probably not.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
this was all free advice, by the way.
Yeah, we're giving a lot of free advice, which is a bit of a problem because not because I don't want others to win, but I don't want others to have the same teams as we
That's fair
because
enough. Yes.
I want to have variation in teams.
Yeah, so like
Next one.
even mentioning the like obvious riders was a mistake maybe, but
Yeah,
we'll
I
just
thought I did it like the very obvious one and then missed like the maybe obvious ones and then went straight to maybe less obvious ones like Jay Vine, who was like a revelation last year.
yeah, he did really well in Vuelta. I'm pretty sure he
So how
didn't
many
finish
points
it, but like he already got like the stage wins.
did he not?
I'm pretty sure he didn't, like, because Carapaz won the King of Mountains classification, didn't he? And that was only because Vine dropped
Oh
out in
yeah,
the
okay.
last week. Unless I'm like misremembering, but like I'm pretty sure that Vine like dropped out the last Wednesday or so. I don't know.
You may be right.
So J Vine, I think Vine was like 6 or 8 points.
Yeah, he was six.
He's not going to be 6, yeah. And he's a climber, by the way. So yeah, 12. I don't know. Like 12 points, and I think I would pay 12 points for Vine if I picked Vine. That
Well,
seems fair.
that seems meaningless. Of course, you would pay 12 if you picked him.
Okay, I'm okay. That just means I think it's a fair price,
Yeah,
even if I didn't pick him.
I put down 10 because
Fair
I don't
enough.
think
Yes.
he is actually going to be a GC contender, and so he can maybe win stages. But yeah,
Okay.
is
Fair
that where
enough.
the real points are? I mean, if he repeats his last performance, then sure. Moving on to the pride of Italy, Ghana.
Ghana is such a disappointment, but uh, it's Giro, so he's going to be even more of a disappointment. That said,
Sad.
I don't actually remember how many points he was worth in past editions, so
He was 10 in the tour last year.
that sounds fair. Yes. I don't know if they want to bump him up a little bit because there are not going to be as many stronger riders, I think. So it's perfectly possible that they will like do 12. I think 10 sounds fair. I say 10, but I'm not sure that again.
Yeah,
Yes, I
I
think I
got I
think
got
the void in front will like cause some riders to be like bumped up a bit. Maybe it's just a feeling though.
well they should. I mean, I got 10 as well here, but I think normally a rider is worth at least 4 points more in the Vuelta or the Giro than in the especially sprinters.
Mm. Okay, so let me
Because
amend that to 12.
but yeah, Ghana hasn't really been at his strongest lately. So that's why I put 10 anyway.
Yeah, it's fair enough that he's been unlucky in some cases, like, but yeah, it's he hasn't really been bringing in results. But he's still a very strong rider, and people should pick him because it's Giro. Everything can happen, and like I don't think there are as many competitive riders as other tours, so why not?
Moving on, like in the same category as maybe Froome last year, Mark
Yes, I
Cavendish.
was just about to say that, and we don't know for sure that Froome is not going to be there. I don't think so, because like, um,
Four for Froome. No,
yeah,
I'm
I
kidding.
mean, Israel Premier Tech only has like 3 riders announced. Yes, Clark, Reinders, and Pozzovivo. So like,
Who?
yeah. So yeah, they can still like bring Froome back and like join the club of like uh nostalgia picks. I guess. Yes, of course. Like I mean, Cavendish did win a stage last year. We said it before. So, is he really a nostalgia pick if he can still win races? Or maybe this is just
Oh, he's
what
definitely a
most.
nostalgia pick because he used to win everything and now he doesn't.
Okay, fair enough. Yes,
But at what price is it a worthy nostalgia pick?
6, 8, at most 8. I don't think they're going to charge much more than that.
Yeah, I'm going to say you said 6 because I said 8. And we already have too many to say.
I mean, I changed my answer on. I changed my answer
On Ghana,
on who was it before?
on Ghana
On Ghana,
to
yes.
12. And I had 10, so that's also good. Last one, what we're never going to hear the answer for, unfortunately. Mr. Kelderman, I would say.
Uh,
How much would he be worth had he been riding?
so, so one thing is there is the same issue as with Ineos that like you wouldn't really know what was going to happen at Jumbo Visma or Jumbo Visma, I guess, unless like either him or Roglic actually had a breakdown or whatever at some point. Just like what happened with Roglic and Vingegaard at Tour last year. That said, I can't like see like more than 18 points for Kelderman.
More than 18.
Yeah, I don't.
He was 10 in the Vuelta last year, right? And he's never. He has like obviously he has a lot more experience than most of the other riders, but he has a lot more experience at not winning
that's
ever.
fair enough. Yes. Okay, that's fair enough. I don't know. I I literally don't know because it's like he's like in a weird void of like in the weird
Always
like
being
yes.
good, but not never being great.
Yeah, like you like kind of feel it could be his too because like of course again it's Jumbo Visma, so you have the best team, the best riders with you. So why shouldn't it happen that like Roglic fucking breaks down on like day 4 or 5, or who knows, or breaks a bone or whatever, and then suddenly you are not too far away from the front of the GC, and you just became the leading GC contender for the best team. So I mean,
But
okay,
who
fair enough.
says
If
like
if Kelderman was not in Jumbo Visma just like last year, I don't even remember what team he was in.
Bora together with Hindley? I remember because I picked him.
Oh, that's true.
He was all okay, better than Hindley, who was terrible.
Yeah, but Bora is not a team that would like challenge for like. Yeah, Hindley was terrible. Yes, Hindley was like the classic like, okay, you won Giro one time, cool, everyone did, so get out now. You're not
Oh,
a serious contender for anyone for any other like for example Ryder Hegedal in 2012. Okay, fuck it.
I don't
Good enough.
remember that at
Yes,
all.
that's why. See, that's my point.
Yeah, because but before TCAT, I didn't really follow the Giro or the Vuelta unless there was like a Dutch rider winning, which happened. But I mean, even if Roglic drops out, who says that maybe Sepp Kuss or isn't the Plus riding for Jumbo, or is he in another team now?
Who?
This Belgian dude, Laurens de
There are no
Plus.
Belgians in Jumbo Visma.
Oh, he's from Ineos,
Oh, the Plus? I don't even remember him.
but he was just like a helper in Jumbo. But
Yeah.
a random Jumbo helper can suddenly be very high placed in the GC if.
Yeah, just be there to help your guy, and like you're going to have a high stage placement. I see Rigoberto Uran is back, and so is Magnus Kort
Is he?
in EF. Will anyone dare to pick Magnus Kort again as their lead climber? We'll see.
Why not? Why not? Uran, yeah, I picked him in the tour last time.
Yeah, I picked the other Southern American Carapaz, and he like shut the bed for 2 weeks and then delivered like 2 or 3 stage wins, like right at the end. Like,
Yeah,
thank you, Thank you,
Unfair,
based
unfair.
Carapaz. I never lost faith in you.
There was one stage that should have gone to Aresman. I was watching that.
Yeah, I remember that
It was
one.
getting closer and closer and closer.
Yes.
So sad.
Number one Arensman fan in TCAT. For no other reason than it's Dutch.
Well, and for the reason that I randomly picked him as a pretty much unknown rider, and he did very well last year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes.
And he wasn't expensive or anything.
No, it was just the classic like solid pick with like few points that you can't really
Few
predict,
points
I
he did.
guess.
Oh yeah, okay, few credits.
Like again, you can like pick J Vine if like you are really brave, and that's the same thing.
Well, maybe I am.
Oh, who knows? You can pick Joao Almeida,
Sorry?
who didn't do poorly last year.
Almeida. I picked Almeida last year.
Yes.
Not a great success. Not terrible, but not great.
Yeah.
Just
You know who else is?
sort of
You know who else is doing Giro? Thibault Pinot.
yeah, if he's 4 points, maybe.
Yeah. Let's.
But he also did like he wasn't even like he was constantly disappointing, and still he was actually a pretty decent pick last year
Yeah, but still.
because he was. I mean, he always tried. You guys was trying every stage, which is good if you like get the top two place in in a couple of stages. Then you're definitely worth 6 or 8 points.
Yeah,
Don't
it was
know.
like death, taxes, Pinot, and a couple others being dropped back from the lead like 50 kilometers to the end, because it was always like Pinot, Uran, like
Yeah,
always all in the same group and like always not doing anything. By the way, Pinot will retire like at the end of this year, so
sad.
probably last couple of big tours for him. He's doing tour as well.
Yay.
Because I mean, might as well retire at home, I guess.
So another one who is not doing tour or Giro is doing tour but not doing Giro, which should be in Team Cezembre, is Mr. Seneschal.
Oh yeah, who?
This is disappointing because I should have really picked him last year, just because Cezembre Seneschal.
Yeah,
Hey.
you can just save him as a pick for later.
um,
I mean, we actually
yeah,
we don't have much to discuss, like, because lots of team have like very incomplete rosters. Like I guess I could.
yeah.
There is like Davide Cimolai riding for Cofidis, which could be like the patriotic pick for like being born in my same city, but like I doubt I will pick him. I don't think there is like a home factor or anything in like cycling. So like
I have the impression there is something of a home factor. At least, I mean, obviously, you have the Giro every year.
yes.
But for the Dutch riders, whenever some Grand Tour goes to the Netherlands, they tend to do pretty well usually.
I mean, I seem to recall Bennett won all of the first stages, and he's like Irish.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, Van der Berg won the bergtrui on the Amerongse Berg. Very nice.
Fair enough.
And I think Dumoulin has also like been in pink maybe
Yeah,
in the
yeah, he did.
Netherlands. I think that happened before that Dutch riders did well in the Netherlands. And of course, last year we had Kort doing all this the breakaways in Denmark.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. But I don't. I mean, he did. He didn't stop being strong like after they went back to France.
No, but it's still coincidence that like the tour starting in Denmark was won by a Dane.
They're like both of them, like Dumoulin and like Kort, were just so used to the altimetry of their home countries. But, like, do you remember the stage last year in Tour, which like ended on a bridge basically? And like,
Yeah,
what was it about the pillars of the bridge being the highest point in Denmark or something like that?
was it? It was probably the highest point in the stage. Maybe they gave away like a mountain point for that, or I don't remember exactly. But it wasn't the bridge, sadly.
No, it still was 18 kilometers though.
It was the other bridge, the bridge from the Copenhagen island to
Yeah.
the mainland, which is long. Right. So I think we finished most of the cycling stuff. We have one last game, which is where you have some place names for me, I think, that I will try to pronounce.
Okay, I've given you a link, and this one has the timetable of stage 18.
Okay,
So
so
just
I'm going to tell you all the places we are going to get through between Oderzo and Val di Zoldo.
fine. Yes. Yes. Do it.
Okay, acceptable.
Acceptable. Yes.
I can't even read it if it's too small. I can't even see if the third letter of the 25 is an O or an A. I think it's an O.
I can tell you it's a
Oh
no.
yeah, yeah. No, sorry, I saw an A, so I know. It's Codogno. Codogno.
There is an accent on the last letter.
I can see what way it's pointing. Codogno.
Yeah.
Codogno.
Close enough. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah, you nailed it.
Codogno.
Yes.
Okay. Bibano
Perfect.
or Sago.
Okay. Good enough.
Cordignano. I know that one is like 20 kilometers from Pordenone,
Yeah, it is.
so that should be like doable for you.
I mean, is the really interesting bit really going to be like when they
No.
pass through a small ass town? Yeah.
Capella Maggiore,
Okay.
Fregona, Passo della Crosetta. That's the one you're going to climb.
Yes. Barefoot, of course,
Yes.
on a
Pion del Cancilio. Leo.
good enough.
Spurt.
It's probably Spert or something like that.
Tert. Tambre.
Tambre,
Tambre. Corneille. Pieve d'Alpaggio.
Alpago.
Alpago.
Yep.
Cadola.
I assume it's Cadola because I know there is a Padola not that far away, but I've never heard of Cadola. But it should be Cadola. I don't know.
Ponte Nelli Alpi. Nelle Alpi.
Hmm.
Soverzene. So
Good
that
enough.
was probably
Yes.
not great. Provagna.
Yeah.
Codisago.
Yes. You're nailing the stress. Like
Oh, that's
you're
good.
putting the stress on the right
But honestly, I
place.
think probably this is not the hardest challenge you could have. But maybe
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
I've all the I think I've probably been in the area with all the Cadores.
Yeah, because like Cadore is the geographical area. It's like the valley. So
I'm pretty sure I've been there because I remember being in a town called something di Cadore.
yeah, there are so many that like
Castellavazzo.
yeah.
Ospitale di Cadore. I'm going to guess that's the hospital. Perarolo.
Yeah, Perarolo, yes.
Tai.
Tai, yes.
Pieve. Again. Valle. Venos. Sibiana.
Cibiana.
Sibiana. Forcella. Forno di Zoldo. Don. Don't.
Don't, yes.
Coi Brusadas. That sounds more like
Koi, yes.
Spanish than
Brusadat.
Italian, probably. Brusadas. Marathon Pecol.
Pecol.
Val di Zoldo. Pecol.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to go to like Zoldo to like watch the end because like Zoldo is where we always went skiing where we were like young and like it
Oh,
was because
nice.
it's like close enough to like do a day trip that's worth it because like other places are start to be a
Too
little
far
far
away.
away, yes, but like 1 hour and a half for like car trip, that's good.
Yeah. For me, every skiing trip has been far away, obviously, because well, not entirely true. There's like like a indoor skiing rink in The Hague and in Centraseiră.
Is there
But
in The Hague, so you
yeah,
can
yeah.
technically go by foot?
Well, I wouldn't actually go there by foot, which is another point. We're talking about cycling all day, but my bike is broken, so I can't I can't even get anywhere.
I thought you had like multiple bikes.
Yeah, but one is with my parents, near Amerongseberg.
Oh, I see.
but yeah, because I used to have an elevator, and now I don't, and I have really no place to keep it. So the racing bike is not here at the moment, which is a shame because yeah, now I don't use it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, it's going to take up space, and if I use it, I'm not going to carry it to flights of stairs every day.
Fair enough.
It's just not going to happen, and I can't leave it in the street because it's a bit too valuable for that. So yeah, the other bike I have here, like a regular city bike, it has like a broken pedal, but it's the pedal axis that's really
Oh, I see.
like old, so it doesn't work anymore. Like you can't really put a new pedal on it. Um, and apparently it's like unrecoverable because it's such an old bike that they just don't have like replacement parts anymore.
Oh,
So I need a new bike, which is kind of sad.
that's too bad.
I still have a counter challenge for you.
Nice. I'm ready for the
It's a
challenge.
famous Dutch Jumbo-Visma rider.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Uh it has to be
Who
it
wants?
has to be Steven, right? No,
No, that's already wrong.
Steven.
Closer.
Stefan.
Steven.
Steven. Okay, that's fair enough. I was like, oh, closer, so that must mean they pronounce V like in like the Germans do. Okay, Steven.
No, no.
I think it's Kruijswijk or something like that.
That's actually not bad. It's Kruijswijk.
Oh, what? Okay, fair enough. I don't know. You know what? I think I still have in my ears the RI commentators trying out the names, and I'm pretty sure they don't pronounce it correctly, but I still trust them. So
Yeah,
fair
but
enough.
no one pronounces it correctly outside of Dutch and
Kruijswijk,
Flemish people.
you said?
Kruis, Kruis,
Kruijswijk.
Kruiswijk.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, actually the J in the Kruis part is redundant.
Oh, anyway, next one.
Oh, I don't have a next one. This was just,
Oh, really?
just my challenge. I could try other ones.
Okay,
Yeah,
do one more.
I imagine Giro presentators must have mentioned Kruiswijk in the past because he nearly won the Giro, but then rode against the wall of ice. A sad day. He was going to win, and then he just tumbled against the wall. It was very sad.
Yeah, I don't remember that. No. Do you have one more for me? Oh,
You can try this one because you've already said it, but I
no,
don't
okay,
know.
okay, that's easy, right? Isn't it like Mathieu van der Poel?
Oh, that's very good.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that easy? I don't know.
No, you know what? Like, uh, I've told you before that I consider um, Dutch to be like German French or whatever, and like this works for names as well because some names will be easy because they're like fucking Tom Dumoulin. Like it's really he's Dutch, but you're pronouncing him as
Yeah,
it was as if it was a French name. So some names
yeah,
are
exactly.
super easy like that, and some names are Kruijswijk or whatever it was.
Well, that's not bad.
Yes, but it's not
Uh,
it's not like intuitive. That's the point I was trying to make. Van der Poel is
well,
like pretty intuitive. Mathieu is, I mean.
uh,
And also Dutch has all of those like weird throat sounds because like
yeah,
this.
it's what I was trying to look for.
Oh, you know what? I was like reading through the list. I saw that rider. I turned to the chat and and you wrote that name. Yeah, it's
Well, but it's the only one with this particular sound, I think.
so it must be Robert Gesink.
Very good.
Okay, thank you.
Except it sounded very much like a Flemish accent, how you said it, which is somewhat surprising.
Well, I did spend some time with a Flemish person not too far away in the past, so maybe I picked up some of his accent. I don't know, osmosis or whatever. He did he did
Sorry, yeah.
he did take like a lot of time to like try and explain me the differences between Flemish and Dutch, and like how grammar works and stuff. So we
Yeah.
did talk about the language as well.
So maybe you picked up some of that because it sounded very Flemish the way you said it, and obviously like the sound is very like is the main indicator uh, between Flemish and Dutch.
I see.
Like it's the most obvious difference in pronunciation. So anything else that's been happening lately
Um, Wait, in Talosa or in general?
in Tolosa or otherwise?
In
I
Talosa,
see the the
I'm I'm
the,
I'm
the
fixing the Wittenberg team.
yeah.
Actually, I did it earlier today,
It's
not literally
very good.
now.
I think it's very nice. Except if I am allowed to say one
Yes.
suggestion, it's like on the phone there's no problem, but if you look on desktop, every post looks sort of like a quote.
Oh, okay. That was sort of on purpose because I wanted like the signature to stand out and like the buttons to stand out and the date to stand out. But like maybe what you're saying is that I should make the post darker, not lighter, I guess.
I'm not sure how to exactly fix it. Like on on a mobile, the bar goes all the way to the side because the signature is basically there is no signature and the name is above. Or there is like there's no flag or whatever,
Yeah,
nor
yeah.
profile info,
Which
and the name
makes
is above.
sense, but like unfortunately I can't change that without like being going very in depth like in the theme and stuff and like potentially breaking it if SMF ever upgrades like their visualization in a new major
Yeah,
release, which I didn't really want to do.
fair
Like
enough.
the problem with the first edition of the new theme that I like nuked in December or whatever it was that yes, I went in a little too deep in like editing it because there is a lot of like old code and stuff which doesn't make sense for me, and I was like, oh, let's just change the code, not just the CSS. But yeah, what if like sometime in the future I'm not longer around and like it breaks? So well, we can still like discuss how to make the current team better,
Oh, I
of
think it
course.
looks very nice. I just and maybe you get used to it after a while. I just think everything looks a bit like a quote. That was something I noticed.
No, that's fair. Yeah, we can fix it.
So one person I'm hoping would maybe be interested in joining TCAT, probably not, because I figure he doesn't know anything about cycling or about like uh, competitive cycling. Is Ian Plätschisch? Did I say that right? Probably not.
It's probably Jan, the
Jan
name, yes.
Jan Plätschisch. Yeah.
Although I shouldn't say anything about pronouncing names because I've been mispronouncing my own
No, but
regularly. So
I, Jan is probably right.
Janis, yes.
It's the last name that's still
Plashish, yes.
because I remember like when I did the the commentary on the TFL,
Mm-hmm.
he said like, oh yeah, I wasn't really going to participate, but now I'm going to do a team again. He already participated in the past, obviously. Uh, so maybe he'd be interested in joining this again. And that this goes for everyone. It's very easy to participate. Just takes 5 minutes to pick up a team, and then you get always the results handed to you on a plate by us.
Yeah. I've tried to like bribe Marcel into like taking part in the past and it hasn't worked. So I don't know if I'm
Sad.
going to like try again. Also because I can't really join his causa list twice. So I don't have much bargaining chips.
You can threaten to step out.
Oh, I guess I can. I mean, I can hardly be less engaged with the party that I am right now.
Shocking political revelations in the TCAT podcast.
I'm not a politician anymore, so
Well, you are sort of. I mean,
not
by
really.
definition, if you have COSA seats for a party,
I mean, were you a
that makes
politician
you
when you were like the only MP of Club?
yes, yes, and a very effective one at that. Completely changed the also political landscape forever.
I'm very glad you were an ineffective politician. I'm glad you were effective when you were with the moderate radicals, and I'm glad you were ineffective as of late.
But how can you say that when before I started the party there wasn't any Luke in Talossan, and now there is. He's still not king yet, but
That's true enough, but your party was like already disbanded again by the time I rejoined. So
yeah, but not when you did the bet. I think.
so what you're saying is that you personally made Italy win that Six Nation match last year.
Yes, of course.
The first plan in the long game of like
Exactly. You don't know it yet, but you will be king in like. Okay, I'm not going to say a date because that would probably jinx it, but it's going to happen.
fair enough. I will do my darndest to make sure that doesn't happen.
We'll see.
So any other topics you wanted to discuss?
Well, we could talk about. I mean, don't think you really. I'm guessing from the numbers that are showing up, you didn't really vote in any of the finals.
No, because I always it's a bit of what I said before about like tunnel vision on Wittenberg, where I like ignore everything else that I'm not specifically interested in when I log into Wittenberg, and a bit of like regular old fatigue when I'm like I should do this, but the idea of like sitting down to do this gives me fatigue slash anxiety slash uh I'm not really in the mood to do this. So yes, I didn't even like engage with TMT special, even though I really wanted for TMT special to take place, and that will change for the regular TMT because like that's going to be way more interesting than like Christmas songs, I suspect.
Well, coincidentally, I didn't vote on Christmas songs either. Sorry. I, I just yeah, sort of forgot about it, and then there were like a lot of songs in the category that I already didn't vote for in the round, so I still had to listen to them, and then I just didn't get around to it.
It's fine.
But I voted on all the others, and I mean, I think the result in the recent category, the recent category is not going to be exactly how I would have put it already because Billie Eilish is out. But the other categories all had like very strong winners, I think.
Hmm.
So we have Beethoven for classical, and then we have Randa yet for Eurovision, which sadly isn't going to be in the regular edition because it's already been nominated, I think.
Mm.
But this was still, and obviously it's very easy for something nice to win if there's like three people voting. So
Yeah, of course.
my own vote's already like a third of the vote. And then what other winners were there? Comedy, Weird All.
The regular one will like start in mid-July, so it will
Yeah, so I heard.
sort of
Read.
overlap with like TCAT 2, I guess. TCAT 2 episode 2 or whatever we're calling it. The second leg of TCAT 2023.
Exactly. I'm sad you didn't watch follow the electronic category because it was so good.
Mm.
All the songs were good, and then Depeche Mode won, which wasn't the best song in the final, but a very obvious pick, I think. And I'm pretty sure that's going to do well in the regular edition as well.
Yeah, like there is like the basic identikit of like the successful TCAT TMT song, which is like
Except usually it's all like rock, and this is more like
yeah.
electronic. But other than that, yeah, I think that's going to do very well. And it's a very nice winner too. And the Christmas actually also has a very nice winner, I think. Sadly, the Muppets only got halfway, but I didn't vote. And then this one, well, there's still hope for it to be Churches or Stromae, but I think it's probably going to be the weekend. That's my prediction, which
Let
is
me
probably
see
not a
the
prediction anymore by the time this is released. But
let me announce my vote without voting. Oh, is it Formidable, the Stromae song?
no, that was in the electronic category. No, it's Sante again,
Oh, okay.
which is also not going to be in the regular edition if it makes it, or it already is. Yeah, I think it's yeah, it still is in the regular edition anyway.
Okay, fair enough. So TMT 20 special edition almost over, but still some action going on.
Exactly. I don't have anything else. Maybe we should do more preparation for the next podcast.
Yeah, we probably should. Also, there will be like probably more to discuss on the cycling side that is actually relevant to the Velo Games competition.
Exactly. Well, I'm hoping we're getting a lot more teams participating again. Obviously, if you can do just 5 or 6, that's still great because it was very fun with 4 teams.
Yeah, and
But if
like
you can do,
Vuelta was like great. Like so,
yeah,
if we can get like 5 or 6 or 7, it's going to be great, and even more hopefully. Like the dream is, I think, like to have like at least one per province. And I guess
yeah, exactly.
if Vode is already covered, that's probably the hardest province to find someone to take part in.
Yeah. So what do we need?
maybe
We need
maybe
someone
maybe
from Ataturk.
yeah, maybe we should like actively recruit someone from from the missing provinces at this point.
And what else do we still need then? Maricopa. Where's Dean? I don't think he cares about cycling here or is involved in the loss
I
at the
don't know,
moment.
but
But
like he's like the former like national game master, so he should like care
good
at
point.
least. No, you know that if Dean is going to be like taking part, he's not going to represent Maricopa. He's going to be to represent
Oh yeah,
Pengopats. So
the Pango teams. Yeah, but they should also be represented. So he should be. And then Bråneu
oh yeah, like
is Maricopa. And he can maybe be
we can
convinced
probably trade.
if he's is.
Yeah,
Oh no, he's Fiova. Sorry.
we both. Oh yeah, well,
Why did he
Daniel then.
do the Maricopan poker tournament?
That's true. That's true. I don't know why. Anyway, Bråneu is still very welcome to take part, of course. Like we can trade our past participation in like the wargaming tournament thing, like for his
Was
participation
this?
in TCAT.
I did it in his poker tournament, and then he completely wiped the floor with me.
Oh, I see. Then you should invite him to like take part in TCAT and return the favor, only for him to like pick the ultimate winner.
Yeah, so if you're listening, Daniel, but there's more active Maricopan Talossans I see there. So I know Jack. How do you pronounce
Yeah, check.
Jack?
Sorry, I was thinking about the. I was looking at Wittenberg for a second, and I was thinking about the English name Jack, and it was like, who, who is there in Talosa who's called Jack? Yeah, check. Yes, of course. Anyway, maybe some province will like merge in the meantime, and the threshold for like having all provinces represented will be lower.
Yeah, and of course we should have Bengal pets represented, and we should have the Giovanni subculture represented.
Anything else we need to discuss? Like I see you wanted us to discuss our dinner plans, so I have no plans at all at the moment.
Yeah, I still need to do the dishes and then cook dinner and then do dishes again. So yeah,
I don't know. I might end up like getting takeout pizza or something like that.
Pizza Hawaii, obviously.
You know what? I should make it so uh, if people sign in, they can decide a pizza for me to. I will get the pizza they suggest me.
Wait, does that count for BDC as well?
No, because you are already signed in.
No, I'm not.
Okay, if you win, I
Okay.
will get pizza Hawaii. If you win TCAT Giro.
The only problem with that is I actually don't want you to get Pizza Hawaii because it's got meat on it.
Oh, okay. But I'm not vegetarian.
Sorry?
I'm not vegetarian or vegan, so it's not okay. If you okay,
I know, but I don't want to push someone else to eat meat.
that's fine. That's fine. Okay, let me amend that. You can. Okay, so anyone who enters. Okay, wait. Let me be more clear. Any new participant that did not take part last year can decide for a pizza for me to get. And also, if you personally win this, edition of TCAT, you can decide a pizza that I will eat, and it doesn't have to be
Okay,
pizza Hawaii.
so it can be worse.
Potentially. I mean, if it is a thing that people made shitty sandwiches and ate them in the past in Talossan before,
Fair.
I can do my own thing with pizza and hopefully still make something that is worth eating in some way.
do, did you ever watch Taskmaster?
I don't think so.
There's like it's brilliant. It's all on YouTube. It's very addictive because it's really funny.
Wait, maybe I did. The name rings a bell now. And they had to
Well,
like cook stuff at some point, and I saw a clip from that, but I'm not sure what it is about, so you can probably explain.
so it's just like five comedians and they have to do tasks,
I see.
and that sounds. But I mean, the guy who makes it, Alex Horn, who is like the loser sidekick in the show itself,
Hmm.
uh, is like is genius, and he like comes up with ridiculous tasks that really invite the people to do ridiculous stuff, and it just works for some reason,
I see.
and it's brilliant. But one of the tasks is they had to make like sandwiches, and then yeah, eat them, and it was quite shocking.
I think it was that one that I saw, but like doing a quick like lookup of task or taskmaster on WhatsApp says nothing, so it's probably it has to be you who sent that to me, but I can't find it, so
Well, maybe
I don't know.
I think they were worse than what Ian had to, if Jan had to eat.
So you can't do worse.
Okay, so I'm going to have you eat a pizza with just pineapple, but what 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 do I have to do if you win?
Uh, you can propose a forfeit, and I will decide if it's good enough, because I technically set my own like forfeit. So
Yeah, but I don't really have like a creative idea at the moment.
hmm.
I should join PT next election. Vote for us. I'm here because of a bet.
I'm not proposing you also because I don't think I'm like running again or anything like that. But like I wouldn't like make you run for Cosa as a bet. Maybe for the next like podcast I will come up with something interesting.
Fair enough.
So wait,
Okay,
is
well,
is my forfeit that I have to eat a pizza with only pineapple on it?
no, it's a pizza which I decide, which I haven't. This is my first draft proposal.
Okay. So how about for the next podcast we both come up with the full forfeit for each other, and then like
Oh, can I not decide after I won?
oh I don't know. Usually like you set prices before. I don't know.
Yeah, but the prize is I get to decide the pizza that you have to
Fair
eat.
enough. Okay.
I have all the time in the world to
You
think
you will
about
you will
something.
let me know. And like most likely he won't even have to decide.
Hey,
But anyway.
Zemre is going to crush you all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you have a nice track record. Yes.
Hey, nothing about the past needs to be repeated. You don't know.
Including picking Primoz Roglic.
Hmm. So next episode, find out what kind of pizza Luc will have to eat, or what I will have to do if he wins. Find out which teams are participating and if they're any good. And well, maybe we will discuss the first stages of the Vuelta. Thanks everyone for listening. Thanks Luc for doing this.
Of course. Thank you for
And
like doing most of the heavy lifting. If
well,
not,
you still have to do all the editing and everything. So,
that
so
fair
good
enough.
luck
Fair
with that.
enough. Have a good unspecified dinner.
Yes, thank you. You too.
So thanks everyone for like sitting through everything of this.
Or maybe skipping just to the timestamps that sounded interesting.
Yeah, that's still cool. I mean, the most time effective way of like getting hints about what you should do anyway. So,
Fair.
but like we hope everyone that listened would sign up for a team for like TCAT, because it's like super fun and not at all a lot of work. And hopefully like the most people sign up, the most diverse team will have, like in some way, because like there is the highest odds that like some niche riders will be picked, I guess. So hopefully we'll have a big field with like as little overlap as possible. Fingers crossed.
Exactly.
So bye everyone.
See you next time.
See you next
Can you
time.
please
See
stop
ya.
recording now?